Welcome to the Jobs 22 podcast, where we bring you stories from people who've been supported on their journey back to work, or from those dedicated to helping them succeed. Today, we're excited to share Helen's story. At 60 years old, Helen returned to employment after years of being a full-time carer. With support from the government's Restart scheme, Helen regained her confidence, built new skills, and found a fulfilling role in her community. The Restart scheme is a government-funded programme to help people who have been unemployed for 6 months or more back into work. Jobs 22 and our valued delivery partners deliver the Restart scheme across East Central England on behalf of the Department for Work and Pensions.
So Helen, before you started with Jobs 22 earlier this year, what was life like for you? What are some of the challenges and your circumstances at that time?
Well, for the last 9 years, I was caring for my husband at home, who had a brain injury. Unfortunately, he passed away at the end of June, which left me in the position of having to go out to work and start supporting myself again. I signed on at the job centre as required. I think they probably thought I might be quite difficult to place with work because of the amount of time I've been unemployed, or otherwise employed, shall we say, and also because I'm 60.
I can only imagine that during that time it's been pretty rubbish and quite difficult for all sorts of reasons, and I'm sorry to hear the circumstances which brought you to Jobs 22. Thinking about employment, how did you feel about having to re-enter the workforce after so many years caring for your husband?
I was very concerned that I wouldn't be up to par. Things have moved on dramatically, particularly with IT. And I thought I'd be unemployable.
So obviously that affects your confidence.
I was quite daunted by it. Jobs 22 made a massive difference to me. The atmosphere in the office there was helping me to get back into work, into the right kind of work that I would enjoy and stay employed in.
And so what you're saying is that your experience was that they genuinely had an interest in you.
Yes, absolutely.
What was the most challenging part of the job search process for you before joining the Restart scheme? Because I understand that you did look at employment before you came onto Restart scheme. What was that experience like?
I think the biggest problem for me was knockbacks, straight away knockbacks, without even being seen. I know they get thousands and thousands of applicants for each job, but that dented my confidence straight away. That was quite hard until I got the hang of the jobs market and got into the swing of understanding how it all works again.
So already you were daunted by the whole process, and then getting the knockbacks, and which isn't what you want when you're applying for jobs. You want to be confident and give your best self. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience with the skill building sessions that you had? How did they help?
They're incredibly helpful. I did an intuitive thinking course regarding employment skills, and they built my confidence up just in the 3-day course, along with all the other people with me. And I discovered different ways of thinking outside the box, really, different ways of job searching. It was really, really good. That's
good to hear. So you're having a positive experience from that. Your coach, Bilkis, how would you describe the support you received from her?
Invaluable. I mean, she's virtually a friend now. She was so helpful, so supportive, and she also held me back a little bit on purpose because she knew of the bereavement. She stopped me from running before I could walk.
Okay, she obviously had that professional judgment that was
Absolutely,
in your best interest. How did you feel about securing the role at Mace when you first got that job offer?
Slightly daunted.
I can imagine.
But pleased at the same time. And again, I've had nothing but help and support from all the staff there.
Okay, that's brilliant. So it's been a couple of months. How's things been?
Great. I'm completely confident within the role now. It's been good for me to be chatting out in public because I'd had quite a controlled life prior to that and didn't get to go out. And now, I'm chatting with everybody. I'm loving it.
While you've had a difficult year, your life has transformed from what it was earlier on at the beginning of this year.
Yes, I feel really quite positive about the future.
And is Mace your only employment at the moment? Are there anything else in the pipeline?
I've started another job that runs alongside it with One Stop,
Okay.
a subsidiary of Tesco. Work there in my local village on the days that I don't work at Mace.
And that works well for you?
Yes, it works perfectly.
Can you just explain, when you don't have employment, what's that like on a day-to-day basis in terms of being able to manage finances?
I found it frightening,
Right.
really quite frightening. However, if I can work enough hours, which I'm heading towards, I will be off benefits completely.
So this is about getting control back into your life where you call the shots.
Yes, financial control, very much so, and pride.
Finally, just thinking about the future, what are your hopes and goals for the next year or so? How are you feeling about the future?
I'm very positive about the future. Once I'm sort of sorted financially and I can plan ahead, then there's going to be no stopping me.
Oh, that's brilliant to hear. Helen, thank you ever so much for sharing some personal details with us. And we wish you all the very best in your journey over the coming weeks and months in employment.
Thanks for tuning in to hear Helen's story. Her journey back to work is a great example of how the Restart scheme is helping people like Helen and giving them back a sense of purpose and control in their lives. Until next time, thanks for listening to the Jobs 22 podcast. Bye for now.